Barbara Gordon has overcome many challenges in her life, but she's never quite faced something like this. Over the last few years, Gotham City has been gradually taken over by Vandal Savage, the immortal caveman. As Gotham's police commissioner, he has the city in the palm of his hand. He's outlawed Batman, demoted the former commissioner James Gordon to a beat cop, and has unleashed his own elite squad on the streets. And why is he doing this? Because Batman embarrassed him, and he's a very petty man. Savage tells demonstrable lies to the media and encourages his officers to do whatever they think is necessary to maintain power. And while most of the city's officials and the press remain silent, Batman and his team stand against him. When Savage conducted a series of brutal raids on Batman's known facilities, Barbara Gordon sacrificed herself to allow the younger team members to escape. She was dragged before a judge, quickly prosecuted, and then sentenced to a long stint in Savage's new Supermax prison. This is where Gotham's worst criminals are sent, along with people who dare to defy Savage. Now, this may all sound pretty hopeless, but the thing is, Barbara wanted to get caught. She learned that the few remaining opponents of Savage were being framed for corruption, getting shipped off to Savage's Supermax prison, and were mysteriously dying in their cells. Some of the deaths were passed off as suicide, others accidents, but it was clear to Barbara that they were being murdered, and she had to do something about it. She knew these people. They were good and decent civil servants, and they did not deserve what had happened to them. So she allowed herself to get caught so that she could protect the political prisoners on the inside. The problem was she was just one person, and most of the inmates there, and even many of the guards, hated her guts simply because of who her father was. Without any allies, she had to resort to violence, quickly humbling villains like Di, the alleged daughter of Two-Face. But after Barbara was escorted to her cell, someone, or something, jumped her. Crucially, we didn't see who attacked her, and seemingly neither did Barbara. When the second issue begins, Barbara is in the prison infirmary, and she is not in a good way. Her skull has been cracked, she has busted ribs, bruised vocal cords, and a fractured wrist. Whoever attacked her could have killed her, but they left her alive for some reason. But while Barbara is unconscious, her mind presents her assault as an attack by the Joker. Now, to be clear, Joker likely is not involved. It's just that was the most traumatic incident in Barbara's life. That's her frame of reference that her mind uses to fill in the blanks. In the infirmary, the guards want to know if she saw who attacked her and seem genuinely disappointed that she didn't. Now, I don't think that Barbara has found the only guard that cares about doing a good job in the prison. I suspect it's more that he's angry that someone would challenge his authority and commit an unauthorized attack on his watch. Remember that many of these guards are disgraced former police officers or violent criminals, and they made it clear that they don't like Barbara because her father had put them away. And speaking of Jim Gordon, despite everything that has happened, he's far too stubborn to resign. He's still walking his beat and disrupts an attempted car theft. While he makes a strong effort, the fact of the matter is that he is an old man, and the masked thief gets the better of him. So it's fortunate then that Nightwing arrives. Presumably he had arranged to meet with Jim to talk about Barbara's situation, or else it would be a bit contrived, and he effortlessly knocks the criminal out. Nightwing says that they should respect Barbara's wishes and leave her to her mission. She doesn't need rescuing. But Jim notes that she's all alone in prison and she doesn't have any friends there, so he has arranged for some support. In his time as commissioner, Jim clearly made a lot of enemies, but he's also made some friends, it seems. The nurse in the ward, who also seems to be a prisoner based on her outfit, identifies herself as Sparrow, which is fitting given the Bat family's penchant for using bird code names. She tells Barbara that it isn't safe in the infirmary and that she's going to get her back to her cell. At least there, other prisoners won't be able to reach her. She also gives Barbara medicine for the pain, but it's a strong hallucinogen which makes Barbara see Sparrow as Batman. And I suppose that hallucination says a lot. She sees Batman as her savior deep down inside. Once back in her cell, she's given additional medicine to help her sleep. But while she sleeps soundly, someone or something stalks the halls of the cell block, gently tapping their fingers on the bars, and they murder one of the inmates. We're shown a grim Reaper-like figure, but this is likely another hallucination brought on by Barbara's stupor. She seems to be partially aware of what's going on, but powerless to do anything about it because of the drugs, and whatever she can't see, her mind is filling in the blanks again. In the morning, the guards discover the grisly sight, and Barbara is angered that she wasn't able to do anything about it. While she tries to probe more details from Sparrow, she's told to stop asking questions because no one knows the answers. But someone has got to. Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I had assumed that when Jim Gordon said he had arranged for Barbara to get help in prison, he was referring to Sparrow. However, when she returns to Barbara's cell to give her more medicine, Barbara sees her as the Joker, the person that harmed her the most. Barbara still seems to take the medicine from her and it puts her to sleep, but we quickly learn that Sparrow is not as benevolent as she first seemed. And now that I think about it, what's up with that red scarf that Sparrow wears? The other prisoners don't get to accessorize their uniforms, but then they don't get free rein to wander the prison carrying powerful sedatives either. I don't know why, but I keep coming back to the idea that the scarf is hiding a nasty wound or something like that. Wouldn't it be funny if she removed it and her head fell off? Regardless, she's clearly someone with a position of power because Di doesn't push back on her answer. And we know that Di's the unstable sort that would let her dissatisfaction be known. After leaving Barbara's cell, she taps her fingers across the bars of each cell, much like the killer did. And when she passes Di's cell and Di is annoyed that Barbara still lives, Sparrow informs her that she knows what she's doing and just needs to be left to do her job. So she's pretty clearly not the help that Jim had in mind. However, while Barbara rests, someone enters her cell, and they look very much like the Grim Reaper. Again, I'm pretty sure that's not literally what they look like, it's more metaphorical, or at least a hallucination. I suspect that whoever this is, they are likely the help that Jim Gordon called for. But why would they be presented as the Angel of Death? Well, we know that Jim Gordon is no angel. His work with Batman would have got him thrown in prison if he were in any other city, and he has likely made other potentially dubious allies along the way. And I don't think this mysterious figure means Barbara any harm, but I bet they won't feel the same way about people like Sparrow or Di. Barbara Gordon Breakout number 2 is available now from all good comic shops. Thank you if you made it this far into the video, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends about me. Special thanks to my channel members, the Back Issue Brigade, because without them, I wouldn't necessarily be able to make these videos. If you want to see your name listed in my videos like these fine people here, then join the channel now. You'll also get access to an exclusive monthly members only video and get to vote on what I talk about next. My first Back Issue Brigade exclusive video has gone live now, talking about Paul Dini's autobiographical comic Dark Knight, a true Batman story. I'll also release a video about Batman the Long Halloween before announcing the topics for July's members only poll. I'll be back next week with some more videos talking about Absolute Batman 21, Absolute Green Arrow number 2 and Absolute Flash number 16. Hope to see you then.